Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends. If you're here watching this replay, thank you so much. My name is Svava Brooks. I am a trauma recovery coach, and I love to support my fellow survivor thrivers here on YouTube on the healing journey to the heart. I do truly believe that the healing after child abuse and neglect is all about the journey to the heart and learning to love ourselves and fully accept ourselves. If you are curious and looking for support for your healing, please visit my website, svavabrooks.com, where you will learn more about some of the resources that I offer to survivors. But if you're here live today, please say hello. Please let me know that you're here so I can welcome you. Look forward to, as always, be here with my community, my peers, as we dig deep after a little bit of checking in, see how we are doing. We are, as always, digging in a little bit while also having fun, doing our best, right? To enjoy the journey. I think that's the most important part, right? Yes, set a goal. We're working towards I don't want to necessarily say a destination, but we are working towards wholehearted living, thriving even, while also keeping our eyes on the present moment. Hey, Rob, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. How are you feeling? Bobby from England, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you feeling today, my friend? How are you? It was a gloomy day. If we just start with the weather report, it was a gloomy day here in Portland, Oregon this morning, but the sun and the blue sky. So I'm going to go for a walk with the daylight savings. I have some extra daylight. So I'm going to go out for a walk later because the trees here in Portland, Oregon are starting to bloom. And those of you who know me know how much I love flowers. And if you're following me on Facebook, maybe you're seeing I'm expressing my love for flowers in my daily art journal. I swear I can sit and doodle these all day long. I'm being inspired by the trees around here. Nice to see you. You're good. You made a risotto. Nice. Nice. That's right. You've taken over the cooking in your house. Welcome, friends. If you're here, if you'd like to say hello so we can welcome you. We are today going to talk a little bit about our beliefs, those pesky negative beliefs. We're going to talk a little bit about, and I'm going to do a process with you guys, right? We've been having some fun lately. I'm engaging and asking you to participate with me, keeping you on your toes. So we're going to do something like that today. So get ready. Hey, Sue. Hey, Lynn. I hope so. I hope so. So Sue says it's sunny, went for a walk, but not much blossom there yet. I hear you. I hear you. Well, I remind myself, because with the amount of rain that we're getting right now, it's insane. I keep telling people I'm used to rain. In Iceland, rains a lot. I'm familiar with it. But Oregon rain is a next level thing. So, but it's okay. I keep telling myself I'm grateful for the rain because it is what gets us these beautiful blossoms on the trees. So, Chef John. There you go, Rob. There you go, Lynn. Blossom on the plum and the blackthorn. Yes, yes. Lovely, lovely. So, what did you guys think about our conversation last week? Right? Last week, we talked about the stages of acceptance. Did that stick with you guys for a little bit? Right? Stages of acceptance. Right? Like most things in life, it isn't black or white, either or. So, hey, Lady Leo, good to see you. Thanks for popping by. We miss you too. I hear you. Good. Well, thanks for letting us know. Lots of good that you're working through. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, we are always rooting for you. Be safe. Keep up the good work, my friend. There you go, Rob, right? Right? Excellent. So I planted some seeds, and that's what we're going to continue to do, right? We planted some seeds. I'm always talking about planting seeds because, right, nothing happens overnight, right? And it isn't a black or white. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. Living is a process, right? I know we've been sold a bill of goods, like, right, the fill in the blank. I'll be happy when. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Working on acceptance, says Sue. Yes, yes. Ooh, nice, Lady Leo. Nice. There's some emojis here that I don't think I've ever seen. Pretty. There you go, Lynn. Underestimate the power of a seed. Some of the tiniest seeds grow to the biggest flowers. Yes, yes. And so I figured, building on the acceptance process that we talked about last week, right? Let's talk about those negative beliefs, because it's really those challenges that, as we accept, right, and even make friends with our journey and our experiences, right, that we start to see, by embracing them, even the hidden value, like I mentioned last time with you guys. It's like, yes, I wouldn't wish my childhood on anyone, but my healing journey, whew, has brought me so much joy, has brought me so much joy. And the level of love that I now feel for this body and myself and my inner child, right? And then, as an extension, my love for you guys, right? The more I fell in love with who I have become and my quirky parts along the way, right? I decided, just, okay, I'm just going to start to show up and see who wants to hang out. And look what I attracted. A fellow humans, just like me, quirky, silly, just like me. And with just as, big, generous hearts. So I keep coming back to that. I'm grateful for the journey and what I've learned about the human condition and the possibility, and that, it's never too late to learn something new. Thank you, Lady Leo. Thank you. I'll tell him. Thank you. I showed him all the messages on Facebook. So, yes, the baby boy has turned 18, right? So now that's what I'm going to be hearing now. It's like when I'm asking him or telling him what to do, not that I really do much of that anymore, but it's like, well, I'm 18 now. I'm adult now, Mom. But you guys know he doesn't have much of an attitude. So there you go, Rob. The joy and the discovery of love and the force for good. And the force for good. Yes, because what happens, right? When we learn something new and we connect and put some of the pieces together for ourselves, we can't help but want to pass it on, right? So it's like, our point of suffering, or meaning like where we have suffered, where we have experienced a breakdown or struggle, once we put the pieces together, it's an opportunity not only for connection with ourselves, but it's an opportunity to connect with other fellow humans on that particular, challenge. We have something in common, right? Lynn, I have a few levels to move up to get to Corky. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. So, anyways, so let's start with where do our negative feelings come from? Pop quiz, you guys. Where do our negative thoughts and beliefs come from? Any thoughts about that? Don't mind my cats here in the background. They're going to start to harass me soon. Speaking of, Lynn, yes, they originate in childhood. Anybody else? Where do our negative thoughts and beliefs come from? Yes, Rob, what we were told and from the past during the formative years. Yes. Yes. And why did we come up with these those thoughts and beliefs, right? Rob says what we were told, what we told ourselves about what happened to us. Yep. Exactly. So are these recent beliefs and thoughts, right? Information we collected from authority figures and caregivers. Yes. We had to learn them somewhere. Yes, we did. We did. And for most of us that are hanging out here, right, we didn't come into the world with preconceived notions. Yep, exactly. Yeah, yes. Olden days business. Yes. And here's the thing. I had gained some clarity around understanding those negative beliefs and negative thoughts and where they came from. But I was still, right, like frustrated. It's like, well, if these thoughts are just, buzzing around in my head, or these beliefs are like become my core values, how do I change them? How do I change it? Yes. Nature versus nurture. Yes. I hear you, Lynn. Right? So I was actually really excited when I met one of my mentors on my healing journey, Rebecca Bourne, because her work with survivors and sexual assault and childhood sexual trauma was very much around understanding and supporting with the skills of how to make those shifts, those making shifts in these places where it's almost impossible. It's like, I can't put my finger on it. Like, how do I take something so intangible, like my thoughts and my belief, and kind of make it, concrete enough that I can get my hands on it to like change it. So There you go. If you can learn something, you can unlearn it. You know better, you do better. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So I'm going to share with you guys one of the processes that she shares and is in one of her programs that I facilitated and was trained to facilitate. And it's basically an exercise on how we exchange our negative for our positive. So, and why I think I was so grateful to find this, and I don't think I'm the only one. It's like I'm a very tactile learner. It's like I need something simplified. I need I need to be able to put my hands on it. It's like, what am I doing? What's the steps? Show me the page. Show me the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I was thrilled after having spent so many years. Don't just tell me I need to do this. Show me how. Show me how, right? And that's what I try to do with you guys. So what we're going to do, piece of paper, line down the middle. And on this side, negative beliefs. And one side, positive beliefs. You see that? Not my best handwriting. Line down the middle, negative beliefs, and then we're going to work with that. So let me set this up for us. So draw a line down the center of the page, and in the column on the left, start with a list of your negative beliefs about yourself and your healing journey. All right? So I don't know about you, but don't have to wait a lot or a long time to come up with the things that, right, I thought I was wrong, I thought it was bad, that I'm like, when I am blank enough, right, like fill in those blanks, come up with those lies that we have told ourselves. Yes, the stories that we made up about ourselves as children, sometimes the things that we were told by our caregivers in order to survive. It was actually a coping strategy that worked. But right now, now it's maybe what is getting in the way, right? It is no longer just a thought that we know isn't true. It's actually turned into a belief, a core belief that we believe about ourselves. And like for me, one of my deepest core toxic beliefs was that I was inherently bad and an awful, shameful human being. So living out of the toxic state of shame, I was literally, right, in constant fight or flight. Nothing I can do was good enough, right? Talk about recovering perfectionist over here, right? So again, it wasn't just a simple thought passing through, well, that's a silly thought. No, it was literally hardwired into my most deepest core belief about who Svava was. And it was painful, right? So no wonder I felt powerless. I couldn't change it. It doesn't matter what I do, because I had a long list of negative beliefs about why me being inherently bad, not just what I had done was bad or some of my thoughts were weird. No, Svava is bad, terrible human being. Whew. So, have you guys come up with maybe a few negative beliefs, something that you maybe are working on, something that you are looking to work on, something that you maybe even have, I'm doing well on this one. It still pops up, but, every now and then, especially when I kind of step out of my comfort zone, it shows up. My inner child is like, hey, remember this one? We want to be cautious, right? So let me know. Let me know. So on the right column, right? I would like to encourage you, right? Just imagine, like take out your wand, imaginary wand. And if that negative belief, like with a touch of a wand, would disappear, right? Like what would be, like turn that negative belief into the opposing positive belief, right? What's the opposite of that, right? I was inherently bad. The opposite, I'm inherently good, which is the truth, right? Because that is absolutely what I believe today. I am inherently good. All humans are born inherently good, right? It's those pesky thoughts and experiences that trip us up along the way. Rob, you actually have a pen this week. Excellent. So anybody want to share courageously their negative thoughts? Because I'm sure you're not alone. Sure, you're not alone. I shared one of mine, right? Mine was, and it kept like sabotaging my healing for a long time because it doesn't matter what I say or do, nothing's going to change. Rob says useless, stupid. That was one of mine too. I'm so sorry, Rob. Yes. And actually, the stupid one was something my stepfather used to tell me. And if he didn't say it out loud, he treated me like, you idiot, right? Sue, never good enough. And Lynn, I feel like a fraud in what I do sometimes. Ugh, I hear you. Me too. Me too. Exactly, right? Imposter syndromes, right? I can tell you guys, anytime I come up with something new to do in life, right? I'm going to try that, right? Remember my art, starting on my art? What do you mean? You're not an artist. You can't do that. Who do you think you are? Ugh. Ugh. So, right, guys? We're in this together, right? A soup of those crazy thinking. If you really knew me, you would reject me. Yes. I hear you, Sue. Right? Oh yeah, you don't want to be that nice to me. No, I don't deserve that compliment because you would take it back in a heartbeat if you knew the horrible things that I've done, right? I'm scared to say or think. Yes. I hear you, Rob. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Rob. Cap away, Lynn. It's good for all of us. We're all starting to lean in. So thank you guys. Thank you for sharing that. And I know we're making light of it. I know we are. I know. But can you imagine, right? I don't have my inner child with me right here, the picture of me. But can you look back, right? And think about your 5, 6, 7-year-old, 10, 12, 13-year-old self trying to feel good about yourself and in what you were doing in your life with those crippling thoughts on the inside, right? Oh, I could just feel that weight here on my heart just thinking that. I just want someone to love me for the asshole I truly am. Okay, Lynn? Or train wreck. Yeah, right? Yes. Can you just accept me the way I am, for who I am, what I am, right? Exactly. How much we just longed for someone just to see that, to be here for us in that way, instead of the constant expectation we had that, right, as long as I'm here to serve and make them happy, right, they won't question, right, how really crappy I do feel about myself, right? So, whew. And so, guys, did you come up with some positives, right? The positive, the opposing positive belief. You're sitting there laughing. Good, Lynn, right? Good. We can make light of it, but it's also never being acceptable makes it hard to accept ourselves. Yes. Yes. Right? Because it's like we don't know what it looks like. We don't know what it feels like. We don't know what it sounds like. Oh, Liz. I hear you. I'm so glad you're here, my friend. No one will ever want to be my friend. I hear you. I hear you. But remember, right? Right? Yes, we are acknowledging the feelings that come up with the fact that we may be carrying this stuff for a long time. But I'm hoping you're seeing from the sharing here, right, that this is a common experience. Like, this is an outcome from us not having been seen and validated and acknowledged when we were kids, especially during the hard stuff that we went through, right? When we had no helpful support in processing, right? You're not alone, Liz. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. That's right. You got a room full. We are all in it. Hey, friend. I hear you. So if this is hard for you, if this is a hard exercise for you, right, please give yourself some kindness and support right now. Right? Rob, I stayed strictly background material due to those beliefs. Yes, I hear you. And man, you are so brilliant and so much fun, so much joy to be around. How much people have missed out on getting to know you, Rob, because of that fear that those negative beliefs were true. Right? And the thing is, why am I bringing this painful conversation here? Because this is the hard heart work of healing, right? Where we go from thinking about it to doing something about it, right? And it's in the doing is to get some clarity. Like, where is this craziness coming from? Right? It's tough looking at yourself sometimes. The one looking back in the mirror can be a nasty, yes. And Lynn, if we can look ourselves in the mirror and say, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. Our mirror neurons, what we take in through our eyes, this is our biggest filter. What we see is our biggest filter. So I've actually been reading about that. Like, we can do some of the healing work by seeing. I see you, I feel you, I hear, when we look ourselves in the mirror. And I know that's also hard in the beginning. I could not look myself in the mirror. I know, right? And I sat quiet while geniuses, bores, and blowhards took center stage in the past. I hear you. I definitely, Rob, I totally understand. I can look back, and there were lots of times where I would just not say a word because, right, I'm not good enough to say anything, right? So did you guys come up with some opposing beliefs, right? Some positive beliefs? If you need help, let us know. We're in this together. So if you had, right, like I said, mine was I'm inherently bad. My opposing positive is that I am inherently good. I am, right? We're just an exercise. We don't have to quite have it solid, fixed yet. But I'm going to show you the process, right? In how to do that, because there is something we can do. So next is to draw 2 circles. Do you see this? 2 circles. This is not where my artistic abilities are coming up. 1 circle, 2 circle, and in this middle is me. So draw 2 circles. Let me know when you're ready. And you guys know that I love stick Post-it notes, right? So we're going to play with shapes. So, and if you don't have notes, I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. I am bad. So the negative feelings, right? I'm bad goes on the cloud or a circle. And this one used to be in the middle. This used to be a deep internalized belief. I'm bad. But now, guess what? It's outside. It's outside. What I replaced it with, I am good. Period. Awesome. I love that idea. So now my positive, I am good, goes in the middle. Right? So this is my boundary. This is in my heart of hearts. This is what used to be in here. This is on the outside. And here's the thing, because we all know it's a process and we're all work in progress, right? If your negative belief, and you look at the positive belief, is somewhere in the middle, then write it on a star and you put it somewhere in the middle. Oops. Should have had a whiteboard behind me. Right? So I'm a visual. And actually, I was re-recording some of this and doing a handout for my Journey to the Heart people who are listening to the audiobook. I put this process in there and gave the guides, and I created a handout, a very colorful handout, if I say so myself, with this visual, where on one side there's a list of clouds where I put my negative beliefs, and because keeping them in here, right, it wasn't working, right? I needed to move this belief out and exchange it for I'm good, right? So slowly, this definitely has been progress, slowly moving it out. But if you have a whiteboard or a journal at home, take at least three of those negative beliefs, and just in your journal, write clouds around them, and then notice like how close, how much have you internalized and exchanged the new positive for the negative, right? And what's work in progress, right? Play with it. And then you get to revisit every now and then. Because it is when we start to hear those negative beliefs, like we talked about last time, acceptance, making friends. Okay, oh crap, right? Yep, a lot of shitty things happened to me in childhood. It's made me feel really poorly about myself. I have some, struggle with boundaries. I have really negative thoughts about myself. How can I, now that I have an understanding as to where they come from, right? This wasn't even mine. Like this is how I was treated, what I saw my caregivers, treat each other, how they treated me, things that they said to me, and without any helpful advice. These are the stories that we made up about ourselves, and we thought it was just a thought, but no, it becomes a deep core belief, and then we live out of these beliefs as if it's the truth, right? From here. I hear you, Lynn. That's next year's project. I'm doing the audios this year. Next year's project is the art journal. So I'm curious, would you be willing to share? What is at least one? Share with me one that you've already written out. You shared with us a negative belief. What's the opposing positive, right? The opposite. And let us know. Where is it work in progress? Is it still outside of you? How far in is it? And I'm going to write down one more that I'm going to share with you guys. Something recent that I've discovered that was outside, right? It was a negative one that was inside, actually. And now I've exchanged it for a positive. I'm waiting to see your guys's. We'll post mine up. Okay. So, I mean, this is something you guys have been watching me do this year, right? What used to be in the middle, deep in my heart, and I felt very sad about it, was that I'm not artistic. I had a very strong belief that I am not an artist, or I'm not artistic at all. Can't do art. No. Adverse reaction to doing anything artistic. Painting, drawing, nauseous, scary. No. Stick figures, right? Right? So what happened? Starting last year. I wonder what else I've told myself I can't do. Spending a lot of time at home. Guess what? I stumbled upon this art class. Wow. This is fun. And I love that it doesn't have to be perfect. Right? I'm having fun with this. Guess what? Guess what is my new core belief? I'm an artist. Yes. And it brings me so much joy. Did I feel a little bit like an intruder for a while? Oh my God. This is so much fun. Right? I don't know if I can make sure I take it all the way. Is it work in progress? Right? It's like, I'm just going to own it. I'm just going to step into this one. I'm an artist. Quirky art. I'm doing my own thing. And it brings me so much joy. I don't care what anybody thinks about it, right? I can sit in doodles, make these doodles all day long, right? So that's what I do, right? I've declared I'm an artist. So I start my day with my art journal. That's how we do it. That one negative belief, okay, I want to believe it. It's work in progress. And then, right, we choose, right? Over here for a long time, I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist. Wait, this looks really fun. I'm going to try it. That looks kind of cool. I'm going to try it. Yeah, I don't have to show it to anyone. I can hide it. No one can see, or no one has to see. I'm going to try it. Wow, this is really fun. I'm going to try it. I'm going to keep trying it, right? These are my choices. Feeding my negative beliefs or my positive beliefs. And like I've told you, being a very tactile learner for a long time, I would, nope, I'm choosing the opposite. Nope, I'm choosing what I want. I'm choosing my new thoughts. I'm choosing my new belief. Right? The negative thought, nope, 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 don't buy into it. Nope, go away. Nope, nope, that's a lie. Nope, you do not get to take up any more space in my head. Done, done. So let's see here. Sue put up good enough sometimes, right? Progress, progress, progress. I'm going to keep pushing you, Sue, until you put down good enough always. Always thinking, always. All of you are good enough always. Rob says the stupid one is losing ground very recently to I am intelligent. I'm having an intellectual exchanges and expressing cultural analysis in a fostering environment, debating literature. Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my friend. And it makes me so happy to hear that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Come up and remember, when you come up with what you want to exchange it with, right? It doesn't have to be completely solid, right? There's still work that is I'm in progress, right? There are still some things that are like, okay, right? I still have one foot here out, but it's slowly getting there. It's a process, right? The accepting process. It's here. I'm looking at it, right? It's a little prickly, but okay, I'm breathing into this contraction. I'm seeing it for what it is. Clearly, it's been in my blind spot for a long time. I wasn't ready to feel it, see it, own it, right? All that. Remember, our process is organic, authentic to you. Clearly, I wasn't ready to become an artist until I turned 50. So, right? Even I'm turning 55 this year. That was a little bit of a shocker. I was doing the math. Someone asked me the other day, how old are you? I'm like, wait, I'm 50 something. I don't remember. So So, right, we all have something. But that's the thing. Yes, Lynn, our brain is elastic. Our mind, our body, connection, we are elastic, right? Epigenetics, the same way how this being, the petri dish where we grew up, was toxic. It was toxic environment. And we couldn't help, right, with some of the stuff that stuck because of our environment, right? But we can take this organism out of that environment, and instead of continuing to feed that environment, we can also, right, excavate. Wait a minute, that's not the truth. That's not the truth, right? I'm slowly pulling out the weeds, right? And exchanging for new seeds, new beliefs. There you go. Best way to start. Tie an elastic band to your feet and dive off, right? Oh, really, Lynn? That you're chicken shit? No, that is so far from the truth that is not even funny, right? You are not. You are not. And if you need any reminders, I know this gang would gladly give you a list of proof how you are a pretty badass. And that goes for all of you. It goes for all of you. So, was this helpful, my friends? Was this helpful? Remember, why are we doing this? The reason why we feel so crappy about ourselves is because we are recycling a lot of negative beliefs about ourselves, right? And if we are stuck in a fight, flight, or freeze state, the tension patterns in our bodies is feeding off those thoughts, and they just circle back around, right? And then we are just constantly ready for battle because we expect, right, the past to keep reappearing. And so recognizing, wait a minute, I am living as if this is the truth. Enough already. What am I choosing for myself? What is it that I'm taking this life force, this energy, instead of, right? I'm creating. I'm like moving towards. This is the progress. These are the steps. This is what I'm doing. Feels like so many things are work in progress at the moment. Yes, Sue, exactly. And it's kind of hard when we can feel I have one foot in this camp and one in the other, right? It's like it's a circular spiral, right? It's not a linear thing. It's like, well, I thought I had it, but then something triggered me and I got kicked back out. So, and this is where coming together and sharing the process with each other is so helpful. New belief, I am not inherently wrong, defective. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right because I have a kind heart. I will correct any wrong act. Radical self-acceptance today. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right? Because, yeah, no one is right all the time, right? And if we are aware of that and we accept ourselves, we just like, wait, I'm sorry. I thought I was like, we can change our minds and we can fix if we said something wrong or did something wrong, right? That's what this whole life experience is all about. It's about learning. And we learn what works for us by doing a little bit of what doesn't work for us. So, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. And you go. You go. Radical self-acceptance every freaking day. Yes. Enough of this crap. Done. Done. Because, my friends, right? This is the most exciting part. It's in the context, right? Why are you doing this, right? Why? Bingo. Connection. Rewiring. This is important to me. This is important to me, my authentic self. And I'm making that connection, that rewiring to a new truth that fuels me and gives me power, gives me access to my truth, right? And when I accept and myself, right, the radical self-acceptance, and I know my truth, I'm inherently kind and generous and compassionate and caring and want to, expand that energy and support for all my humans, all my fellow beings. There you go. My innermost fantasy is to drive in a demolition derby. Lynn, I've heard you say that before. Yes. You're so funny. You're so funny. Rob says, I think this unreal reality of post-truth society makes me think, if you can pretend to be a president, why can't I ignore my beliefs and create new ones? Yeah. 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 I hear you. I hear you. Yes. Liz, I'm successful. It's really weird to say I'm a winner because that would sound competitive, but it tends to be the opposite of loser. So yes. Oh my God, Liz. Oh my God, you are a winner. Totally. Absolutely. My friend, you are. So on your bathroom mirror, right? That's also what I do with these. If you don't want to do this on a piece of paper, you can do this on your bathroom mirror, and you can put them on your bathroom mirror and like, okay, this is what I'm working on. Every day I need to brush my teeth twice a day. Twice a day, I'm looking at, where am I at? Where are my thoughts? Where's my focus? Where's my power? Right? Am I giving it to the autopilot from the past? Or am I choosing the new truth of where I'm standing right here, right now? Of course, sometimes the feelings will come up, right? Once we declare, I am a winner, right? I am. And it's like, choose a word that resonates with you, right? Right, that's the key. It's like, find that word, the thing that you needed to hear, right? And put that front and center. And when you look at it while you're brushing your teeth in the morning or at night, and those old thoughts, that list of why that can't be true starts to show up, you'd be like, I'm on to you. No, these are all the reasons why. This is the proof. Facebook. Yes. So, right? Put it, and then if you need to, right? I'm an artist, right? My new found truth. And still, right? When I'm exploring something new, I'm like, ugh, I really messed that one up. And it's like, no, that doesn't look half bad. I can still call myself an artist, right? I'm exploring things. Art isn't something you put in a box. We all do it our own way. So I have all kinds of proof. I'm collecting the new evidence. Collecting new evidence. right? And list it underneath there. So when that negative thoughts shows up on those off days, you can be like, hey, I have the list of the new proof, right? Okay. You all have assignments, and I expect pictures, screenshots. So with that, yes, you are Lynn in rare form tonight, which is great, which is great. I pulled the right card for us. One day, he or she decided to plant a garden of her own. Right? How appropriate is that? Right? All the hearts, all the seeds that you're planting. Hey, Cindy. So glad you're here, my friend. So that's the assignment. You plant those seeds in the garden and we pull out the weeds, the negative thoughts that don't work for us anymore, right? And while we pull them out, we may also feel the feelings, why they were here, why we believed them. And then we can reparent that little girl, that little boy who still believes in that. And I mean, that's the healing journey as we reparent the part of us that still believes these things, right? Loving and firm. Hey, sweet boy, no, you were always a brilliant, beautiful little boy, right? And that little girl, you were always a winner. You were always a winner. As always, my friends, this has been delightful. It's been fun. Like I said, if you enjoyed this and have some things that you take away, please give me a thumbs up here on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe if you want some notifications about when I go live. And I wish you all a beautiful, restful weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing so courageously and vulnerably. I don't know if that's a word, with all of us. What you share matters, right? It makes a difference when we see that other people, we are just like others. We are not alone, right? It makes it easier. Makes it easier. Thank you, thank you, thank you, beautiful souls. I'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Until then, take good care. All right, friends. Good night now. It's very late for some of our UK friends here. All right, friends. Thank you.